Hello everyone, and welcome back to more for the 2023 Imperium Cup for Dune Imperium with the Immortality and Rise of the expansions. I am your host and commentator, the BlackShadow. First of all, apologies to those watching along live that we haven't had any videos for the tournament the past several days. This is due to the fact that we've all been busy. We were at the Uprising Invitational event they held in North Carolina over the past several days. I've only been back in the country about 20 hours. And I'm already sitting here getting ready to do commentary for a video. I am completely insane. If you are not aware of the event we're talking about, then I'll leave a link in the description below to Direwolf's website. But yeah, it was a super awesome event. We've got content coming up as well soon on the channel. We've got a Spice Out podcast talking about the event itself. We're going to have obviously information about Uprising as well once the embargo's ended. So do keep an eye out for that. But we are, of course, be taking a look at Group F action here for our Immortality and X tournament. So let's look at the standings here for Group F. We've had a game played already, which is won by Kaysoon, with Dinosaur coming in second, and notably Lfchezz coming in third place in that game, because Chez will be featuring in today's match in week 2, has been joined by StrongActing, iwontbecreative, and Maleficer, who are all playing their first matches of the event. A reminder of the format, everyone will be playing 4 matches over the course of the groups, and there will be staggered qualification into the knockout phases for the top 6. So although it's a generous enough, you'd say, entry into the knockouts, those making the top 2 will skip 2 rounds of knockout games, which is huge. So tons to play for, and definitely looking forward to this match here. Alright then, so we're getting ourselves ready for the match here. It is creative in the first section. It'll be Maleficer to pick first. So let's go ahead and have a look at what's going on here with this game. This is going to be pretty wild, I suspect, here. It is a pretty interesting Talaxu road. Gola turns up here. Gola very, very strong. Its power levels have been of debate over the course of time, but definitely the right cards can be absolutely devastating with the right leaders as well. But Gunning's always interesting, letting you trash this on adjacent faction card, or card that you send to a faction space for double bumps. Not picked as much, but can be pretty good. And then we get to the Imperium row here. Power play looking very strong. Balanced Ambition, very, very strong card early game. Lots of combat here as well. Space Travel is also not the worst card well going. Not too bad. Text-wise as well, very cheap, pretty decent. The Hollow Projector is very strong. Troop Transports, basically for whoever goes shipping heavy first. And Sonic Snoopers is always nice to have in the back pocket here. As for our leaders, wow, this is going to be interesting early. A lot of leaders missing here. No Beast, no Baron, no Tesia, no Ilban. So players are going to have to kind of wing this on the fly, and I think it's going to make this a very, very interesting game. I'm looking forward to this one. So as for leaders getting picked here, I think we're definitely going to see some Hundra, of course. Helena getting taken in 4th place, kind of a bit of an old school pick. Helena's power value in X-Immo is definitely of question. She doesn't have a very good record, just because she's not really as unique anymore. But being able to obviously reserve certain cards out the row is good. Power play could be interesting. Maybe looking to pull a Boundless. Hundra taking in 3rd spot. I think it's deliberately to not allow it to go to 1st position. Makes sense. And then Creative and Cheese have got an interesting spot here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Yuna get picked in 1st spot. Some people think Yuna in 1st place can be of use, which I don't entirely hate. You might see Paul Traders get picked in 2nd. I do tend to see Paul Traders getting picked in 2nd a lot here. But a Laser has some interesting uses. There's plenty of good graph stuff out there. So she could make her with Gola looking very, very strong here. Beguiling Pheromones as well is also one of other Laser's best cards. She can combine this with her Fold Space in order to just have basically loads of disposable power plays. But goes for Romba Vernius in the end. I would like to have seen that. But Romba it will be... Oh my holy giddy ant. Well, so Hundra gets his choice of intrigue to start off with. War Chest, which is going to be discarded. He's found the early Spacing Guild bump. That is pretty big. So, with that done, we'll get our scoreboard open and we're going to get ourselves rocking and rolling here. This should prove to be an interesting game. Here we go then, and the fun begins already. So Yuna Moritani up first, has not pulled an experimentation, so she's going to have to ring the smuggling here to keep that away from Hundra, or from Romba even. With some faction access, you expect we'll see some fold space going. Hundra's got kind of a nice hand, actually. Double daggers, Diplo and ring. With his guild bump as well, I think he's going to like this. It is the skirmish as well. Oh my gosh. 100 Moritani's going Hardy Warriors, isn't he? He wants all of this. If he could win the combat and get round 2 shipping going immediately, he could maybe go Hardy Warriors, maybe try to get the Basin if he's lucky, and get that bump going as well would be enormous. Oh, but wow. Oh, no, what have they done? Oh, my goodness me. Wow. So, Romba's gone Still Suits, eyeing up maybe Gola, and Hunter's going to get round 1 instead of shipping. That is crazy. Wow. What a pivot there from Green. I don't know what I make of that. I think that was maybe a bit crazy. Helena's just going to go well. She's got both her Diplo cards as well. Wow. That's wild. Yuna can't do anything to seek allies. She cannot get involved in this fight here. She's got nothing. It's secrets. It's all she can do. So I'm probably playing with Yuna. If you go with Yuna and you go smuggling and everyone else factions ahead of you, you almost never get to anything meaningful. So she's going to go to secrets, which means Romba didn't put any troops in off Steel Suit, which was a surprise. Kind of surprised he didn't do that. So Yuna gets the war chest that Hundred put down. Hundred knows he has that. This will be a trip to Carthag. No, he is the research stations. Wow, he is going for... Oh, my goodness me. Okay, so this carnage here. Romba is going Gola. He's going immediate Gola here. And this is wild. He's got both daggers. He's pulled his sea cannons he didn't want to see here. 100 Muratani's in a bizarre spot here. Like, do you ship immediately? Or do you go, like, Imperial Basin or Haga Basin and get the spice going and ship in a moment? You've got both daggers. It makes it really tempting to do so, but round 1 shipping just looks so good. With troop transports in the row as well, I think you just got to do it. So, crazy opening round here. Absolutely crazy opening round. 100 with an absolute dream start here, so just insta ships. And Helena's going to be able just to go... Oh, she has no sea access! Oh my god. Wow. So, Helena's can go Hardy Warriors for the bump. And I think that's what she's going to do. And she does. Wow. So, gonna get it in here. Does not need to put in all 4 troops. Don't know why she put in all 4 troops here. 3 is enough. Yuna rips it with 4, hoping to find something. Wow, Lady Jessica's on the rope. Can't get it. Tretch on the rope. Can't get it. Probably Benny's sister coming, and it will be Clandestine. Oh no, a Clandestine comes up for Romba. That Angular is disgusting, but he can't actually bite. He doesn't have enough persuasion. So, chaotic start this. Romba's going Gola immediately. The Gola dive can be really strong, but you've got to have the cards to support that. You need the agent actions, and they're not there. Wow. I don't think... Romba, like, atomicing here seems insane, but pulling any cards with no agent actions doesn't feel great either. But I guess you just go for a liaison and suss it out later here. Hanjo's going to get nothing. Helena's going to reveal for free. There's nothing she can even buy. What a bizarre start to a match this is. Absolutely crazy. Yuna's been kind of a bit unlucky here. I'm not going to lie. Totally chaotic. Liaison as well. So Common's going to resolve here. Romba's going to get his bump immediately. No, Helena's going to get her bump immediately. Is she even going to bother bumping shipping? She doesn't even bother bumping shipping. Wow. That's so crazy. Win the opening skirmish bump and just not go in there. Seems weird. What an opening round. Okay, round 2 is then Carthag. Big combat here with Helena in the game. Lots of money to be had. Romba finds Gola immediately with his signet ring. Wow. So this is interesting for Romba. Romba could actually go like Gola signet ring and get 2 negotiators down, or put a negotiator and then take a tech like Sonic Snoopers. Romba could even do it to like steal troop transports away from Yellow or something, because that is really scary and that's going to have impact with your combats later on. I legit don't hate Romba Vernius using Gola's signet ring to like Arrakis or something and literally taking troop transports away and denying that to Yellow. I think that's, with round 1 shipping, that is so huge. you will probably find a use for it somewhere. Like round 6, you can get some shipping in. You'll get some benefit of it. I know it's not great, but I really legit think that has to be considered. Let's see what Romba agrees here. I suspect he'll probably go like horror projectors or something, but I honestly think taking troop transports is not outrageous. He could take troop transports and sonic snoopers and get 2 techs here. Both would... Oh, he wouldn't be able to. There's not enough spice. It's negotiator or the tech. It's not both. Wow. And does opt for the snoopers, so I think there could have been some there. Wow, and pulls calculated higher from Sonic Snoopers, which could be huge here. But he has no actions. Why didn't he? Went Basin? Interesting. Wow. So Hundro just goes up, just ships here and gets troop transports, and then work it from there. He could also go Haga Basin first, which I actually like. But I guess it's fine. Wow, what? How do you not take a tech? How do you not take 2 transports there, Hundro? It's right there. That seems mad. That's so good for you. You got so much shipping. You can just absolutely spoil that. Most curious. Most curious. I think I take that every day. Just getting troops out, the troops you get, getting them out of your garrison, keeping the flow going. I'm guessing he's thinking of going fold space to get, if it's still there, to get his Swordmaster going. I still think he should have taken troop transports there, not going to lie. But opts against it. Just wants to get more influence bumps going, which is not unreasonable, but I think that's an interesting decision from StrongActing here. Helena's up. Helena has no way to generate her Swordmaster. You could go smuggling to stop Red getting their Swordmaster, but I don't really like that idea. She's considering... Whoa! And Helena goes early High Council for Jessica. Oh, but you've got to do it with your ring. There could legit be, atomics could be coming here from Hundro or Romba here to rip that out and punish you here. And I think I would, again, consider this. Red pointing it out. Red's going to get Swordmaster round 2. I think Hundro should consider going Arrakis and then maybe using Calculated High, depending on what he finds. He's got 6. He could just reveal for Treachery, but I think Arrakis just feels a decent move here. If you pull something good, you take another action. If you don't worry about it. I don't think you need to worry about Mentat getting taken a lot here, particularly. So we do see the Arrakis move. Finds experimentation. That has nowhere to go. It's a little bit unlucky. Yeah, and Hundro rips it. And I thought that was going to happen. Yeah, Helena got too greedy there. She should have just used her ring on that instead of using the dagger. Got too greedy, did Helena. I think that was a mistake. So Jessica goes. That's a huge card lost for Helena. Still not a bad road for her. Gilda could be good. Interstellar's alright. But not to the strength of Jessica there. Hundro has his Seek allies. I think we'll see some combat here. Interesting. Doesn't go Hardy Warriors. Why would you not go Hardy Warriors here? I guess he's eyeing up Great Flat. But, victory points are victory points. A little surprised to see that. But he's just going to opt for Water Monopoly as well, which I guess is okay. So Helena's got a ring now, but it's not really doing a whole lot here. So... do we see maybe a move to Siege here to get some water going? It does indeed. Threaten the Haga Basin. I like this move. I like this. So now has to reserve a card here. She could re-atomics the row and look to pick something up. She has an effective buying power of a 7 card. Just going to pick up Gene Manipulation and call it a day. So decides against it. I wouldn't have hated it, but, again, should have just gotten involved sooner. But alas. She's going to put in 2 as well here, so... man, everyone's going to tie here, which is crazy. Yuna's going to take this. Yuna Swordmasters. Hundro has calculated higher, but has nowhere to send it. So he just has to reveal for 5. I suspect we might see a row rip. Does have Interstellar, but nothing great with it. Goes to Fremen Camp. It's totally fine. Shahaloo turns up here. Wow, Helena could have taken that if she had Atomic the row. That would have been massive. 100 reveals for exactly the same. He's lost his Atomics now. So he might go Interstellar, but the problem is, like, it's only really great if you've got an Emperor Spacing Guild card, and he doesn't. So, I'm pretty sure he doesn't. He picked up, yeah, he's got nothing. Didn't pick up anything first round. Red saying gets us Arc Infantry. Well, picks up Interstellar Conspiracy and peels off Shadows. Wow. Wow, that's, it feels bad. So Helena with 6. In the Shadows is 2. G-Manipulation would be 2. Salakar Callmaster comes off. This is an amazing Gola card, by the way. If you can get this with Gola, it is so good. It's basically like a research station plus. Absolutely insane. Decides just to go for the 2, though, which is fine. Yuna with an action here. Yuna's got to go Carfag, you'd think, and just win this conflict. There's only one intrigue out there. Everyone's revealed hard. Carfag, if you just win. I know you've got Diplo. I know you want to use it, but it's just Carfag, right? They did? Yeah, that's true. Just, yeah. That's a good spot there from Red. Yes, I imagine there was a comment about that. Yeah, you just auto-do the research sometimes. So I think this is the move for me. I think Carfag, 3 troops in, and just win this. Everyone else is tied, so they're all gonna... They could all have 3 troops here, put in 2 troops, and get 1 spice for it. It's a crushing loss for them here. This is absolutely brutal. And that is exactly what we're going to see here. Finds refocus, which is alright. Better than a kick in the teeth. And that's going to be the reveal here. Reveal for free. No atomics. Might just grab a liaison here. It's kind of a weird row. 2 really good cards here. This is only good for 1 person. The double infantry is kind of keeping people away from buying cards here. So you might see liaisons go a little bit. But liaisons aren't... It's not a great card for Yuna. But I guess it's better than nothing. So that is it. Yuna takes it down and takes Carfag. And everyone else gets 1 spice for 2 troops. That is ugly. That is absolutely ugly. I get why Hundro went still suits. But Maleficer complicating a little bit further here. It's been a pretty crazy couple of rounds. We're going to move on here. So round 3 is up. Hundro is going to be going and getting his Swordmaster here. It is Imperial Basin. More map control here. Juicy rewards on nice and early in the game here. Everyone's going to want a piece of this. So we'll see what happens. Hundro's got a choice of options here. He can go instead of shipping. I would love to see Hundro double... Oh, he can't double bump up, though, because then he can't get hold of techs here. So just up and down here. I still don't know how he didn't pick shoot transports, but alas. Helena's found in the shadows immediately. Daggers everywhere here. This is going to be violent. Takes the spice, obviously, to pay for his ring. So Helena's got a kind of a weird hand here. She's got Diplo. G-Manipulation you kind of want to use, but how do you use it? Is it ever a world where Helena, like, goes Wealth Mentat or something? And then G-Manipulation's good, because it gives you the trash, but you can't get the 2 spies from it because you need to use in the shadows, and she can't get it enabled quickly enough here, so... Bit of an awkward draw. We'll see where she Diplos here. Might go Fold Space, might go Hardy, what I was also considering it's water. And that is what we see. Figuring that you're going to be at least water neutral here, which is reasonable. Yuna's just going to go Wealth, I think. She goes Still Suits. Start getting some water going on herself as well, which is also fine. Again, people want to get troops in here. Hundro with Diplo himself. He's got both his daggers. No water about, though, so I think Yuna is eyeing up Haga Basin here, which is pretty reasonable. I don't know what Romba does here. This is kind of a tricky spot. I don't hate just going fold space and start working on cutting off Hundro from all this shipping he's going to be getting hold of. It's kind of absurd. Hundro cannot be allowed to ship this whole game. And I like to think if you start going fold space, the other players I'd like to think will kind of not get in your way to cut him off, because Hundro definitely has an early lead here. Opens up with smuggling. Now, what kind of move is that? I honestly don't know. It's a curious move. So Helena's going G manipulation here. And I guess she'll just trash a dagger out of her hand. Just go Carfag. Go Siege again. I guess because she gets a water, like there's welds where she can get hold of Great Flat, depending on what Hundro does. Does trash the dagger. So Unit will go Basin. Hundro's going to be forced to go Great Flat here with Fold Space. Doesn't feel great, but there's not much he can do about it. I guess he might as well use Into the Conspiracy. Conspiracy is a funky card that the two of it was actually really good, and sometimes revealing it is better than playing, especially if you don't have any Emperor or Spacing cards, but given the row's kind of weird, I think you're better off just playing it for the spice. But just goes well for Swordmaster. It's not unreasonable. There's only one Swordmaster out there at the moment, bear in mind. Or two of them, actually. Red got theirs. I think Hunter's just got to go Great Flat and just get this in. Get a couple of troops in. If you can take second place, you're water neutral. And I would play Interstellar Conspiracy with it, but decides to go and keep the reveal. But the problem is I don't really know what you're revealing with it, truthfully. Like, you going to buy more liaisons? I guess the argument is he's after Quartermaster. Quartermaster and Interconspiracy would work as a pairing, but it's only one. Could be hard to find here, so it just takes a load of spice. Yuna reveals for the bump and a dagger. Yuna with a couple of daggers and 2 persuasion. She has refocused, though. Goes artillery. Interesting. Okay. Extra persuasion. Obviously doubling up the strength of the daggers here. There's a lot of daggers in the row, it should be noted. Are we going to start seeing Yuna going Sardaukar infantry with artillery? It's kind of scary. Romba does have calculated higher, and he might as well do it. Gives him a free trip to Carfag. What the hell, right? You've got both daggers, which makes this kind of interesting. You feel you can cut red off the water, which I like. Finds Grand Conspiracy. Well, the Dreadnoughts can definitely be achieved. And Romba will definitely want to be doing that anyways, but I'm not entirely sure where he's going to find the rest of the stuff here. Spice was Flow, Romba feels difficult. High Council, he needs so much money. I think as Romba, I'd be putting this in. I think the water is nice, but I don't hate it if he doesn't. Feels kind of bad with double daggers, though. So Romba's going to reveal for free. He's going to be taking Quartermaster here, surely. Like, if you can pair that with Interstellar Shipping, it's so good, but you've got to find it, and that's going to be kind of out of your control. Ismar 2X turns up in the row now. It's a nice card. No one can buy it. Yuna with the 1. Yuna's oh, she has 2 daggers, sorry, because of artillery here, so I guess Romba felt, yeah, he realized if he goes in, he's only going to tie with Yuna. The artillery is very possible, so just not really worth it, so didn't get lured in with the daggers. It's not outrageous for Yuna to take a Sardaukar infantry. It's with artillery, it's not outrageous at all. If you're going to do this, I would get 1. I don't think I'd get both. You just open up the road too much, but I think 1 is fine. I think 1 is fine. I think it's the only time I would go on infantry is if you've got artillery and you've got, like, especially all cards that let you advance or remove troops. I think 1 is okay. And given the row is kind of weird, no one can really buy a lot of cards. No one's deck's that good. I don't hate buying 1. Benny Talaxia Researcher turns up here, which is a pretty decent card. Just buys the 1. Nothing for Romba. And there is no combat to result. Well, Yuna can win it with War Chest, and will do. So that is 2 conflict wins back to back for Yuna, which is huge. So Yuna's in a nice spot here. I think she's got some decent chances here. Couple of water for blue. Water for yellow feels kind of bad, and we're going to move on here. And the big conflicts keep coming. My goodness me. Machinations up next, round 4. Wow. Well, Hundred Moritani feels like he's got to win this. He does have Highlander access with Diplo. He doesn't have very much else, though, if truth be said. I wonder if we might see like some holo projectors coming from him here or something. I don't know. But I think we will see Hundred Moritani consider a high line here. I don't know. He's so far ahead of the shipping guild, though. I really don't know what's going to happen here. We'll see. Helena smuggles. Her hand is really awkward here. I think Helena's actually going to smuggle and reveal here. She's got 10 persuasion. I think she's just going to reveal for the point and call it a day. I don't hate that as a move. Yuna's up. Yuna desperately needs to get her ring going. She does not... I would love to have seen her get to Conspire here, but she does not have the access. I actually don't hate refocusing here. And trying to get Diplo and Conspiring and then using a ring. I think she might refocus anyways. She might even consider some highline here as well. We shall see what happens. But I think refocus is going to get played. And I think she might try and hunt for that Diplo. Romba's got Gola with experimentations. Not exactly what he wanted, but it will do. Double experimentation is pretty good here. You know, start racing towards the Talaxu Spice. He's got his Seek Allies. Trooping Garrison. He has no way to get his Swordmaster right now. So he's going Arrakis surely here. He's going to try and dig for green access. Finds it with his ring. Very nice. So gets 2 researchers. I would like to see him to go up for a Trash Norn if he can, but his hand's a bit awkward here. So just goes down. He's going to take the cash here. Talaxi Puppet's found. Wow, that actually plays into his Grand Conspiracy here with High Council. So we might actually see that. 100 just hard buys troop transports. You don't see that often, but didn't buy it earlier, so what the heck. 100 will then ship, and then he's going to do Diplo to something. We'll see. Maybe he's trying to find a way to not go highline here. Maybe go like Hardy Warriors if Helena hasn't gone there yet. Helena can't get there as well. Like, oh, Helena. Oh, Helena, what are you doing? You've 9 persuasion. Oh, I don't like this. I think I just take the point here. What are you going to do? Take an action? You've no more 2 persuasions to buy here. Oh, she's going to research station. Ooh, okay. She had the 9 guaranteed. Oof. Wow. Okay. That was a little scary. Here is the refocus. Unit hunting for Diplo here. Doesn't find it. So, Signet Ring to Carthag is all we're going to see here. Gets a couple of coins, because it's on her round. Titans is found, it's a couple of swords. Artillery, though, is potentially +5 swords here. It's not going to be enough to win the conflict, though. There's no way that will be stoppable here, so... Romba has his Swordmaster, so he finds it. So, grab it. Put a Negotiator down. And then I guess it's probably, like, Seek Allies to, like, Vault Space? Or maybe Wealth or something? I don't know. See what he does. Not entirely sure. 100 just ships, right? Or does he go, like, Still Suits now? Selective Breeding. He's not going to see his Diplo for a while. I don't really know what he's looking for here. That's his hand. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know if I like that move. And now he's found his conspiracy without his quartermaster. So that has not gone well, I don't think. I don't really... I get the idea of trashing, but I think I'm happy just to ship and then just, like, still suits or something. You just win the conflict. Like, you're not buying spice. Like, you can ship and have 7. Row gets ripped anyways. Whoa! Helena ripped the row? She's got 9! Whoa! She's like, I don't want to buy spice yet. It's round 4. And what a row! Shadows, Piter, shifting. Oh my god. She can't buy everything, though. You got 1 in the shadows. I think you probably got to take both. And just completely lock that up. Goes Piter instead. Wow. That is kind of crazy from Helena. Just does not take the spice. Buys from the row. I didn't see it coming, kids. That was a shot to me. Yuna's still got an action here, by the way. She has nowhere to go. Unless she mentats. But it feels kind of bad because you've got +5 swords. But it also feels weird because you expect Hundred's just going to come over the top for you, but you've got Vicious Talents. And 100 uses Diplo. This is very weird. I feel like it's either Mentat or nothing. You could go Secrets. Also, revealing and just getting Shadows now is not outrageous. But I wouldn't have thought the other two would reveal early for it a lot of the time. You feel like you're probably next to reveal anyways. I don't think you need to reveal to guarantee Shadows. A weird spot. It's Mentat or it's Secrets. But Secrets is like -3 swords to do that. She's nowhere else to go, though. Does she ever, like, buy Dreadnoughts? Buy Dreadnoughts? Go maybe, like, Convincing? Or go for, like, Holtzman? Wow. It's going to sack the action off for In the Shadows. I don't know if I like this. But the thing is, you've made such a deal of In the Shadows. I think people are now... you know, you kind of put yourself in this spot. Wow, Voice turns up. She can buy that if she wants. I think she would. I think I would. So it's going to be +5 swords. With 2 more in the bank here. So Yuna's just going to win this conflict. Because Hundro now can't put anything here. Yeah, I really dislike that selective breeding. I think that was just not the right move there from Hundro. Now it's, I mean, like, he can put in 6... He's going to be able to put in 3 with his shipping, and he's going to get an intrigue if he bumps down. So he's going to have to get lucky here. Robber's just going to go Wealth, which I don't hate. Hundred is just getting... It's just unlimited shipping from round 1. That's absolutely crazy, isn't it? Yeah, just instead of shipping. You've got 7. Buy some stuff. Like Wormride or something, I don't know. But I would definitely bump down and get the intrigue. If it's a battle intrigue, you think you can win this. It's a huge conflict as well. Machinations. And Yuna's going to kind of stumble into this, I think. I don't hate going Fremen here for siege access. Yep, I agrees. He's got to do research. Just ping it to remind him that he's got to do it. See, I would... you research first, see your intrigue, and then make the decision. What does he find? Economic positioning will not win him this conflict. Can he ever get to the 10 Solari? It's very possible he does. Also, Yuna as well forgot to beetle. Didn't buy anything, but too late. Yep. Oops. But never mind. Yuna's going to be good, though. Man, Yuna's found a lot of stuff here, but Hundro has as well. It's kind of crazy. It doesn't look too good for green or blue so far this game. I think both of them are in real trouble to make much of this. Yellow and red definitely off to the better starts. 7 to buy for Romba here when it does get to his reveal. I don't know what he's going to buy here. Bro's kind of weird. Fopter's good, but now you've got hold of troop transport, it's kind of less good. Romba's going to nuke it. Oh my god. Wow. Appropriate is there. Throne room politics. Truthsayer, local fence for humanity. And 100's got 7. Good grief. Wow. I mean, so Romba, by the way, has got 3. Oh, 100's got 8, by the way. He's got 7. He's got 8. He's got tech negotiation. So Romba goes for local fence. I think I would have taken Truthsayer. I'm not going to lie. I think it's a better card. Faction Access is always good here. So Romba with 8. For humanity is there. Appropriate looks good, but you don't have any way to cash in the shipping. I think it's just going to be that. Second shifting comes out. Even the engineer's also there. Man, this has gotten crazy. So, Yuna's just going to win this. Helena's got an ambush off of her intrigue, by the way. She can't use it right now. So, Yuna wins machinations with 1 dude. Which is absurd, really. It's completely ridiculous. And we're going to move on here. She's going to get her from an access. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. And we're going to move on. Round 5 looms in this kind of weird game. Cloak and Dagger is next. Influence bumps attractive. There's not a ton of intrigues out there as well, so people are going to be interested in these. Yuna up first. Yuna's hand is difficult. That's the only downside of her. She's not been trashing anything, so she's at risk of getting some kind of bum hands, and it's what's happened here. Is this like Holo Projector's time? I know you've got artillery, but like if you're not going to use your daggers, like what are you doing here? Your garrison's empty as well, so you've got some problems. I think Yuna just needs to take a turn just to kind of set herself up here. I think she's going to go Arrakis first and try and dig her way out of trouble. The Diplo was there. Okay, that's fine. See what happens. Romba's got Fremen Camp. This might be one he wants to target here, but his intrigues are tricky. You can't really use either of these. Romba needs a lot of money. Romba's got to just start hitting ship. Oh, it's too late now to start hitting shipping and cutting off Hundro, though. This is the problem. I'm just going to get 7 rounds of unlimited shipping. It's absolutely absurd. Still Stitch doesn't feel great, but he's eyeing up Great Flat here. 100 with all the options in the world. Man, I think you just want to use for humanity at like secrets or something. Yeah. Double bump it. Looks good to me. You want to jam this alliance hard as you can. I would secrets. I'd save the spice. Oh, shit. Wow. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. Helena just hard smuggling here. Taking the cash for her Swordmaster. It's a bit late. Man, I don't know. I think Helena... Should she just grab the Spiceless Flow and called it a day? I don't know. Yuna's highlining here. No doubt about that. I think you put in 4. Yeah, 4 feels a good number. Maybe even 3. Yeah, I think 3's fine. 3 or 4 is good. I don't think it's going to matter in the grand scheme of things. But you're going to get this conflict pretty comfortably here. If Romba wants Great Flat, he's got to do it now. He could also Research Station. But I don't know if I like it. I think I'd rather be taking the spice here. It's a pretty obvious next move for Yuna. Yuna's not really ever going to be going research station here. I think the only thing she's ever going to do is Great Flats, and then to try and get hold of more Highliners. I think he kind of wants to go, like, detonation devices. Problem is, Hanjo feels an absolute need for money here. He does research station. Wow, okay. Which way is he bumping here? He can bump up for the spice. He probably has to do that and ignore the faction bump on the Talaxu track. Does feel that is the way, so takes the point, gets the bonus spice. So, Hanjo will ship, obviously. Helena will grab her Sword Master, then it's back to Yuna. Now, what's she going to do here? Surely just goes Great Flat and calls it a day. Yuna doesn't strike me. I mean, research station has to be interesting because of artillery, but we'll see. Helena will get an intrigue using Piter to do this. Picks up Snooper, which is not the worst. Let me see what else Yuna's going to do here. So, Great Flat will be. Or goes Basin. That's also the option. Keep the water open. I think it's you do one or the other. I don't think you go Hanger Basin. If I was Yuna, I think I would be going up and trashing. I think you've got to cull something out of your deck. It's 14 cards. But what do you trash, though? Do you trash, like, the dagger? Do you trash recon? I think artillery can make choices a little bit weird here. There's not as many daggers out and does go for the recon here, so he's going all in on swords. This could create more tricky draws, though, for Yuna, which is a danger she's kind of asking for here, so I think you've got to think about this a little bit. I think getting rid of one dagger is fine. Insta getting rid of recon's not too pleasant. Opts to go with it in the end. So here is detonation. What does he buy here? Do you go for disposal? Trash out both your daggers? You're going to have 6 persuasion. No, go to hollow projections instead, which I don't hate either. I don't think he's got any unload effects here, and he's obviously trying to find stuff to pair with Gola. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Well, 8 persuasion. I would have waited to see what happens when it gets round. Are we going to see Talaxu Puppet played for the Spice Must Flow here? Looks like it. Hanjo's just going to go ahead and mentat and ship and throw in dudes and look to take this down. Once again has Quartermaster and no thing here. Ixion Probe is found, though. That's pretty big. He might even attempt to hunt for his card here. We'll see what happens. Diplo also found. Takes the Bene Gesserit Alliance here. Up to 5 points. Hanjo definitely strong leader in this game so far. Helena's in all sorts of trouble. It's not gone great for Maleficer. I think Snooper is good. Try and pull out your Diplo or something. Ooh, I would definitely be taking that. That's a draw. So I think I would just probably, like, you could experiment and take the Hager Base and Spice. I don't hate that. You could go Carfag. I don't hate that either. Maybe even go Siege for some more water. I don't hate that either. Carfag looks like it's going to be, though, which is reasonable. Ooh, second wave, I think that is. That's cannon turrets. Wow, that's big against Romba. That is a huge problem for Romba that's turned up. That's going to suck. I think you definitely got to get this in here and pick up an Intrigue or a Spice here. Definitely get the troop in. Seems good value. 5 swords for Yuna. Up to 11. And then it's up to Hanjo to decide what he wants to do. Does he want a piece of this? Hardy Warriors looks pretty tempting. He's got 2 daggers in Quartermaster as well. But he'd have to feel like he's got to put in a few troops here. Yuna goes for the intrigue off the spice, the Talaxium. Finds he must awake, which is crazy. Free to buy. Shifting Legion is taken. I like it. I mean, it's the better pick here. Water Peddler up on the row now. So, Robert reveals for 8, but I think we'll use Puppet for the Spice Must Flow here. Wow. I guess not. He goes into an Engineer, figures he's got to, and he's going to... Jesus is going to commit to endgames. I guess Water Peddler's also nice. You can obviously holo project this out later on, so that's pretty good. Get some water going. So, I think Romba is going to go all in on Grand Conspiracy and Talaxu Puppet, but he needs so much money. Hundro plays Quartermaster. Whoa. Okay. Just high cancels it. Didn't use Diplo. It's kind of crazy. Helena with the bump. 5 to buy. Specimen as well. Gets her Talaxi point going. So a couple of points scored for Helena. Much needed. 5 to buy. I mean, Appropriate looks good. Foreign Politics looks good. There's a lot of half-decent stuff here. Embedded Agent now looks great for you. You've got both. You've got In the Shadows here. Like, that's a really nice follow-up card for you, potentially. Now, those 2 shipping cards looks pretty decent. Appropriate's also interesting, but you don't have that second Emperor bump. You're also struggling for money here, so it's not so great. Foreign Politics is kind of, you'd have to use it. I think Embedded Agent feels better here. So, Hunter's going to reveal for 5. And he's going to go, like, Appropriate, I guess? Man, he didn't play Diplo. Interesting. He's considering Ixion Probing to try and get a better reveal. But I honestly don't know what you're looking for here. Doesn't make any sense. Guess Roman Politics. Might go Truth Sage just to try and start hitting. He needs these Emperor bumps. He's kind of struggling for them. So, Roman Politics it is. And that's it. Yuna plays Vicious Talents just to get it out of her hand here. She's absolutely terrified of losing Sleep Must Awaken. That tells you a story. Helena could use Ambush here, but I don't think she will, and she does not do so. So Yuna just protecting Sleep Must Awaken. You should just grab the intrigues before making any decisions, but whatever. Windfall found for Hundro. A couple of coins is... okay, I guess. Bindu and Infiltrate for Yuna. So Yuna's going to get some shipping going here. That's pretty juicy. Chom shares found for Helena. It's a big card. Needs to find the money, though. That's all we're going to do here. That is going to be it for the round. Forgetting to buy the Beetle. Oh, well. It's a little bit awkward for him because his bowl's a little bit empty. So he's got to be a little bit careful of that. Especially if he's intending any highliners here, that'd be a real problem. But I think he should be right here. Round 6 is Trade Monopoly. We've had a lot of big conflicts. Look at all these conflicts we've had here. Juicy, juicy, juicy stuff. So, Trade Monopoly is next. And pretty much everyone's got a reason to win this. If they can. Romba is up first. Gola with Experimentation. Yeah, this is the problem with Romba here. Went all in for Gola first round, but without any real strong agent actions. Gola's not being anywhere near as effective as it could be here, and this is kind of a problem. And Romba's struggling here with this. He's really starting to struggle. So, problems here. What do you do? Haga Basin? Haga Basin doesn't look too bad. Haga Basin. If you're going all in on High Council, maybe Haga Basin restricted and then just Gola something? Or Ring something? I don't know, we'll see what happens. I think Haga Basin looks a reasonable early move. Just go shipping. So, a trash. Did you pick up Freighter Fleet? No, just going to get rid of Water Peddler now for the water. Then I assume we'll bump, and it has to, then we'll bump up for the Beetle. So, this is now all card draw in the future. So, could play Experimentation and actually now draw a card, which would be interesting. Hunjo, obviously, Windfall for the money. Protect against that. It's not a great hand, truthfully. I think this might see some. I think we might see some Ixion Probe, but it's just going to ship first, anyways, and wait and see. I think we will see Ixion Probe though from Hunjo next round. Try and find. Finally get his pairing of Interstellar Conspiracy. It's not really done a lot so far this game. Hunjo bumps down for the faction influence. It's kind of weird. So he's got. So remember, Hunjo of course has For Humanity, and this is influence me. So he's thinking, well, if I bump it to 6, I can then obviously just get a bonus point from there, which is not unreasonable. So, oh, my score's locked up here. What on earth? I can't move it. It's stuck there. Well, okay, that's guess that's going to be a feature of the rest of this stream. It has moved and I can't put it back. Okay. So, Helena with shifting will take the spice instead. Curious to see what she's going to do here. Where do you shift from and to? Gonna go ahead and bump twice with Manchester for the intrigue. I actually quite like that. Finds the Fremen bump. Beautiful. That's a big, big find there. Nice bonus point there for us. That's pretty sweet. Also, it's going to leave Hunjo a little bit uncomfortable here. He's not going to particularly enjoy the situation. It might make him dispatch to, like, Selective or something. See what happens here. He does have shipping access. In the Shadows is in hand. Can't use it yet. Potentially tons of swords. Trade Monopoly looks pretty juicy. Is this Hardy Warriors? Not yet. Great Flat first. Highline is being threatened here. As it stands, Hunjo can Highline first next round, so might see it happen first here. Well, that's only because Romba decided to go Steel Suits. If Romba had gone Fold Space, then it wouldn't have happened. And if Romba had just gone Fold Space, Hunjo's big luck with intrigues would not have been anywhere near as valuable. He would have got it once and then been cut out. So, it's true and not true. Romba's up. I think he was maybe hoping he'd get his way to Great Flat, but has not managed it. He's eyeing up some research station here. But he needs money. And I have no idea how he's going to generate it here. Romba in trouble. Romba's, I think, is a bit unlucky that both mining spots went before it was next action. Hollow projecting out, finding local fleet. That is a way to make the money. But he needs 2 spice. Which means he'd have to go basin. Problem is, experimentation is a card draw, so if he plays it, he has to shuffle his hand. And it is mandatory. He cannot optionally decide not to. Gola will be lost to the sands of time. Is it getting to the point where Romba Vernius just goes Carfag and just sacks these cards off here? High Council is just a point, but is he ever going to score Grand Conspiracy here? I feel like he's starting to chase this a bit. Maybe it's time to call it quits. Wow, basins it. He's going... Romba is committing to this. Full on. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. Ixion Pro will be played. Looking for the Quartermaster. Nope. Binks it. Gets it second time. So Quartermaster Interstellar is found. There's a huge draw. Finally gets it off. I don't know where he's going with it. Carfag, he's just going to send a ton of dudes. I guess Arakine's also good to get his third action in. That's not what he wanted here. So this is all going in. Gets an extra card draw. Gets an extra troop. Gets a bonus bump. So obviously he's just going to protect that alliance there. Signet ring also found. Oh, man. I mean, this is kind of what happens when someone gets 7 rounds of shipping immediately, is this sort of stuff starts happening here. I think the other players are doing well to kind of try to keep pace, but Hundro just has all the resources. It's got so much potential here. We'll see what happens. Yuna's in trouble here, by the way. Yuna's kind of struggling for actions. I think she's going to have to probably end up using Bindu here, and hope she draws something she can use. She doesn't want to play anything but Diplo in her hand. She wants to reveal all the rest of it. So, I think we'll see a Bindu and kind of suss it from there. Helena's up. Helena has 7. Again, desperately needs money for Choam shares. Do you just hit wealth and call it a day? You know, you can shift the Bene Gesserit to... It's kind of weird. So, Hundro wants to be revealing the Bene Gesserit for the point. But with Helena with shifting allegiances, it makes it kind of tricky of her hanging about here. So, it's a little uncomfortable. Helena might go to disposal facility here. It looks like she's going to. She could also go, consider going restricted ordnance. It's +4 swords in all combats. Given she's got cannon turrets and she's got ambush. Oh, this is committing. With no garrison, this is very committing. If I'm seeing Helena like that, I'm thinking she's got combat intrigues for sure. Yuna's up. So what does Yuna do? I think Yuna does want a highline here. Thinking that she's never going to get access next round. But you kind of want to wait for Hundro to do his next action and not go there. But is Hundro ever highlining here? Like, not really. I think I would Bindu. I think as for Yuna, I would Bindu, and I would probably actually Bindu and pass. It's either that or you go, like, selective breeding. But then what are you trashing? Like, your experimentation, I guess? Just goes well for the money. See what happens here. So, Romba, Carfag, of course. Ooh, finds Breakthrough. So, Breakthrough is a card draw for later. So, he's going to sell the spice. Troop might as well. I don't know if he'll put the troop in. I think I'd hold it out. So, local fence taken. I think I'd just leave the dread in there. This is not a fight we want to be getting too heavily involved in. So, Hundro with an interesting choice of what does he want to do. You were sitting there with absolutely gobs of supplies there. Between the Highliner and Signet Ring, I'd be a bit scared about the spacing. But I guess the argument is, even if you lose spacing, you could just drop it anyway. So, like, make her do the work. I wouldn't be too terrified about this. Ops to experiment? Does highline, though. Does do it. Well, I tell you what, if you're Yuna, and if he's willing to highline this now, I have no issue with this, because who's going to highliner next round? Hopefully you. This feels almost like a block highlighter, doesn't it? Yeah, I honestly think as Hundro, I don't think I even bother doing this. And I would say, right, if you want to take it, then I'll just take the stuff. Also, his bold is really empty as well, so... But now they've seen he's got dispatch, and that's some big information to give away here, so... Yeah, would have helped if Hundro had taken those, but he didn't. But I think there's better moves anyways. I think just going Highliner here is just... I just think it's really bad. I just don't like it. There's got to be better moves. You know, if Yuna takes it, fine. Just you get the point anyways. I know, like, she's your biggest competition, but it's not like if you lose the alliance, that's it. You get no points. I think you got to think a bit wider here. So I think I'd just go. What do you do with dispatch though? I guess not a lot. Just gonna go Seach and use his signet ring here. Question now is, does he cash it in? Because he loses a bit of value if he does. So he only gets the 2. He's going to protect it this way. Taking the money for economic positioning. It's a bit weird. You normally you'd expect him to take the spice. Taking the cash there is a little suspicious. I would definitely be noting that as Yuna. I really don't think Yandra need to go this heavy in either. I mean, given the fact that, like, Diplo is down and you've got Dispatch Envoy, like... I don't know, this feels a little bit knee-jerky. Helena is up. I do not know what Helena does here. 7 Persuasion. You can't win the combat. She's getting ready for some research station by the looks of it. Whoa! Puts it in. Okay, so he's got the 6. Here comes Bindu. Well, that's not what she was looking for. I think she'll just pass and reveal here. Or maybe even just pass and then go like secrets or something. Romba with 1 specimen. That's it. Hondro's gonna reveal 5 and get his specimens in. So he finally gets his beetle. Made a bit of hard work of it though. You can pay for the beetle and then put the specimen back down. That is totally legal. If I had to buy, I think I would be going appropriate here. Just get the shipping bump. Yep, does opt to do so. Helena's going to reveal for 5 as well. Sucks not using Diplo there. That really hurts. Do you even just Diplo fold space and just make progress? I mean, at this point, it feels like you're just hoping Spy Satellites turns up. And that you get it somehow. From camp taken. Surgeon turns up here for Yuna. My goodness. I think I'd still go secrets here. Like, Sardaukar inventory is worth 3 swords. Secrets for me. I guess you got In the Shadows, though, is going to do the bump for you, I guess. So, yeah. I guess. Sure. 5 to buy. 3 swords. I mean, I just take Surgeon because it's Surgeon. It's a pretty good card. Can't be a bad pick. Get a high priority travel, I don't know. I don't think I'd have bothered buying that. I think I get the idea, but I just think it's a bit unnecessary, but whatever. Benny bump found up to 6. Technically leading in points, but you feel this is Hondro's game to win here. Needs to find his Diplo access next round. Very important that Hondro does. He will find it, though. He's guaranteed, so he'll be fine. He's got dispatch anyway, so it doesn't matter. Helena's considering using... Oh, it does cannon turrets. Well, I tell you what, A, that's kind of funny doing that for this intrigue cycle, and B, Romba is not unhappy to see that, because he wasn't going to get anything anyways. Romba will be very happy to see cannon turrets used now and not, say, next round. He's totally down with that. So, interesting decision for Helena. So 100 wins it. Intrigue and a water for Helena. Helena finds a beetle bump, which is nice, but I think it's going to be hard for her to get anything from it. Corner found for Yuna. There is no Spice Must Flows found yet. None have been bought, and no one looks like they're really close to buying one. Well, Helena could have bought one and turned it down, and so did Romba, so... in any event. So, here we go then. Round 7. Oh, it's Grand Vision. I tell you what, it's actually not bad for Hundro. That's just a point, a save point, given he's got full humanity here, so he's going to play it. Can't play it. Gotta hold on to that. What? Oh, it's his only shipping access. Wow. Holtzman taken. Not got really much else to do here. Flagship turns up. Wow, that could be an interesting option for Yuna. Yuna does not have faction that has not got access to Highliner. But she has got money. Hundro just totally cements spacing because he's thinking of humanity like next round. If there is another round here, he can just bump it for a point. Lfchezz has Fremenkamp. Fremenkamp and Restrictive Ordnance. I mean, I'd go Research Station first, I think. I don't think it really matters which mining spot you get to. It's Hager Basin or Great Flat. Both are fine. And also, if you ever want to get anything out of this beetle bump, you almost have to research here. Desperately needs faction access for some money, though. Oh, just smuggles. Just thinking, well, if I smuggle now and smuggle next round, it's a point. Has to reserve the ring. It is mandatory. Carry all taken off. Gil Bankers turns up. I don't know if that's going to be too relevant now, bar some luck, but you know, we'll have an eye on that, given she's got corner. So what does Yuna do? Flagship she wants to buy, but she then needs to spice again for Sleeper. She's at 6 points. Is there any way you can end this game? If you could somehow win the conflict and get flagships and get Sleeper and a Spice Must Flow, which is obviously impossible, so we'll just go flagships for now, which I think is reasonable. It's fine. This is going to completely kill our resources, though, which is a problem. Just use the dagger for it, so the ring is going to stay. Probably she needs loads of money here. Shalmoki turns up next. I think this got some use in the group stages. Pretty strong. Card draw for Hundro, for Romba even. I keep calling him Hundro, I'm so sorry. Finds a dagger, which is not what he was looking for here. Gola's doing not much here. Gola experimentation is double card draw. Could go research station, draw 4. Spice Must Flow. I think I don't hate that actually. Like research station, it's draw 5. Research station's 3. Experimentation would be 4. Gola would be 5. It's 5 cards. Spice Must Flow. Get some dudes in. Go. And then you could look to go Dreadnoughting afterwards. If you find your ring, you could Dreadnought and pick up like Wind Traps or something. I think it's the move for me. Does agree. So it's draw 5. Finds both daggers. So High Council Dreadnought is on here. Hasn't put any troops in. I don't know how you don't put at least your Dreadnought in. I think that's a mistake. We're not thinking about it. So, foreign politics for Yellow. Yellow's just trying to score points here. Bit of desperation, maybe. Yellow's sensing that this game is kind of sweeping away from him a little bit here, which shouldn't be happening. Back to Helena. Helena has 9 persuasion. I think it's Arrakis for me. Gotta try and buy a spice here, you think? Or research station herself, of course. Diplo. Oh, fine shifting. Eva is usable. Just to see what Helena will do here. No experimentations, though, so we'll not be able to do anything with illicit dealings just yet. That'll be for smuggling next round, if there is a next round. Yuna rings it to Arrakis. Here comes the money. Experimentation is found. It's only 7. But it does open up an infiltration to instead of shipping. She might be interested in. Yuna with a decision here. She wants the flagship, but she also has the ring. You cannot do both. I think the ring is more important here. It's 7 Solari for influence bump, troop, and a spice, or 4 Solari for 3 dudes. The question is, what's you doing with the wild bump? The wild bump obviously can challenge Emperor. I think for me, it's wild bump Emperor, infiltrate shipping, and then next round you ship again, you take the Emperor Alliance, and you just shut your eyes. But ops against it. Oh, artillery though is tempting. I guess the argument is if you win the combat, you could just double bump Emperor, which I guess is not unreasonable. And that is how she sees it. But no more battle intrigues. Doesn't feel too great, so they're going in. Quite a few battle intrigues have been used here. So I think, yeah, Hundro for me, it's tech negotiate. Well, you want to go detonation, dreadnoughting with your ring. Pick up wind traps. So, it takes the wind traps. Wow, and Spy Satellites turns up here. Helena Lfchezz might get out of jail here. My god. It's a big one for it. It actually turned up here. Carfag for Hundro, who's going to punt him in. Oh, a fine stage incident! No! No, he did not just find that. What? Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. Wow. Well, he's going to get a point out of this regardless. That's pretty gross. Helena's up. Helena can use either Diplo or shifting. How do you ever get Spy Satellites in this game, though? I feel like it's too late. So, just going to hag a basin. It's just going to shift away from Emperor here, from this, which is obviously perfect for Hundro. Bump up. I guess you just bump up shipping. And then ship next round. And just working out from there. Looks good to me. 0.5 for Helena. Yuna's at 7. Yuna desperately wants to win this. Mentat, I think, incoming it is. Looking for Spice Must Flow. Oh my gosh, and binks it. Deary me. Robert has the High Council. He's got loads of persuasion, but has the High Council. Like, this is the time to do it. You can also get an intrigue as well by cashing in the specimens here. Or do you cash in troops? I think as Romba, I might consider cashing in troops instead of the specimens here. But we'll see. Guildbank is taken from Hundro. Just kind of ain't got much else to buy. Helena's at 9. Spice Must Flow. Yuna does not like seeing that. She's like, damn. So at the moment, it's getting nothing off corner. That might influence her to make a move here. She has also tech negotiation, so it gets a free move at Basin. And of course, you can take the spies, take the other spies. Sleeper Must Awaken is an option. You don't have to use Sleeper Must Awaken right now. The game I don't think can end at this point. I would bump up. I would definitely take the spies here. I don't feel... Oh, but the problem for Yuna is Yuna does not have the Talaxi point yet. It's got to be a spies. Yuna's thinking, well, if I bump down, I don't have to play experimentation again. I can just reveal it. And that's what she's going to decide to do. Okay, then. Fun begins. Romba reveals for a lot. It's a spice and a specimen. I think I take troops. Oh, but he's going to take the beetle. But how do you ever get the 7th point? Which is down to worth 6. Wow. But how do you ever get that point? I don't think it's possible. He's lucky to find Vigilance. Vigilance Bat is the best card he could have found here. Very fortunate, I think. Just take some more swords. Second voice turns up here. So Yin reveals for 9 and grabs the spice as well. Takes her 8 points. But again, Call on the Market currently has no value. Because Helena bought as well. Much to her annoyance, I'm sure. Plays this now to get to 9. Obviously can't win the conflict, though. So just gets to 9 and will sit there. So Hydra Moritani now cannot staged, because it would just be game over. So he has to just win it. So this is an insta-pass. Oh my god. Hydra Moritani has played Stage Incident to end the game and give Yuna the win for him to back and take second. Wow. Hundro figured he was too far behind and that he couldn't win it. And gives Red the win. Wow, that's pretty crazy. That is the group stages, though. It's points for all positions. But I've not seen that in a while. I have seen it before. Trying to find Ixen Engineer didn't. Wouldn't have made a difference in the end. He was too far behind with Cheese. So, Yuna wins it. Courtesy of an assist from Honcho, who was like, I'll just take second place and call it a day. And move on. Tough game for Helena. It was run round too slow. And nothing for Romba Vernius as well. So Romba will finish in 4th place. Couple of points of Maleficer. StrongActing will take the free and call it a day. Wild. Yeah, so I'm going to echo Creative's question. Didn't think you could win
Why
it.
did I... What?
Didn't think you could win it.
I thought there was a real chance I was going to take 3rd or 4th if I let it go. Because one of these was going to get stolen. One of my 2-point ones, or probably. Because I was going to draw one, and I'm 4th in turn order. So someone's going to go here. There's too many people with an incentive to. I don't know. I had no idea if that was the right play or not. Probably not.
I mean, it's an interesting one. It's the curiosities of the group structure in that it's points per position. Probably helps justify it. I'm looking forward to the comment section. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So
interesting decision. I mean, I don't totally hate. Like, if you think it's that far gone, you know, second place 3 points obviously isn't a bad result by any stretch. I mean, like, obviously just staging it and just ending the combat there and then is obviously mighty interesting, and you know, you don't see that often. Like,
no.
It's been a long time since I've seen a game where someone has willingly, on the combat, sacked off troops to do that to give themselves second place. It's been a while, but I do kind of get it. So I'm not gonna sit here and like berate it. Although I don't say the same for the comment section. There'll be an interesting response.
Oh, they will crush me. The the problem I was facing was twofold. One, I'm fairly confident being fourth in the order, someone was going to take an intrigue and 50% chance when my points gets lost on the intrigue. I don't think even if I take this point on the Emperor, I can probably hold it well enough. So it's almost a fake point in that sense, especially with shifting out there and all that. And then I'm really banking on the luck of the draw. Like, and my deck isn't the thinnest in the world. It's like, what's it, 14 cards. I think the mistake I botched the whole last round, and the mistake I did was I played for humanity, and I shouldn't have. I should have just held it.
I mean, the problem, obviously, it was the only shipping access card you had, so obviously you wanted to use it. I'd be honest, I think it was started early. There was a couple of rounds before. I think it was you, like, you went, like, I think maybe you went, like, selective, like, early, and, like, started redrawing into your hand and such. That was a bit funky. I think it might have been you. I can't quite recall. I could be wrong. It is, like, 3:30 in the morning here. But yeah, the full humanity is a weird one. Like, you obviously want to get your shipping in. It's your only access, but obviously you can just reveal it, and it's just a point. And it's pretty much safe. So it's a bit of a it's a strange spot. And obviously, like, you're so far ahead with spacing as well. Like, that's never in any danger.
Yeah, well, that's why I bumped it, because I was planning on the reveal, and then he had enough points here to end the game. I was hoping for, well, I don't know if I was hoping for one more round, but I don't know. Well played, creative. That was Yuna came in.
Yeah, it was pretty weird. Obviously, you got shipping immediately. But then Yuna got some really cheap combats. I mean, like, machinations off a dude was pretty wild. And then, like, obviously Lfchezz just went all in on the Grand Conspiracy puppet stuff. I was starting to wonder if maybe it should just be abandoned. I was worried it was going to just take too long to get all of it. I mean, you got the points there, to be fair. So that's reasonable. And then Helena, like, Spice Outlights turned up for her, but it was probably too late at that point. I feel like that was kind of necessary. So, it was a weird kind of game. The first round was pretty wild. A lot of strange stuff happened. At the moment that Lfchezz went still suits, first action, like, everything just kind of got weird from there, it felt like. And it kind of, like, made... Obviously, then you got immediate shipping access. Like, well, okay, I guess I can't really turn that down. And then no one ever bothered to get in your way. So I guess when that happens...
But it's hard. Like, we didn't have enough access to actually get to defend the spacing. Because I only had one Diplo. And so if I go there, I get it one turn, then I need to wait like 2 turns to get it again.
That's the problem. I say.
It needs to be green.
Yeah, it was also a weird row because there was just no access in the row. It was all
the row got
access.
it was a curious row. Yeah, there was that. Helena as well. Should have just losing Jessica was also pretty bad. Should have just ringed it rather than getting greedy, and obviously then got ripped away. So. There was some interesting stuff in this game. It was interesting to watch. A curious finish. One that I get and I understand. 3 points, you'll take it.
Is it 4-3-2-1?
It's 5-3-2-1.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
You know.
I don't know. You're right that if you take the Emperor, maybe you can defend. I forgot both.
Yeah, there's 2 players who shifting. Yeah, Red has shifting, so that it's not safe by any stretch.
And then I'm really, like, I have kind of a crappy deck is the issue, so I'm drawing in all this mess. That
you tried desperately, like, 7 times to find. Yeah, was it Quartermaster? Yeah, I'm sure it was like early, like a mid game. You went selective early, and you drew like Interstellar, and you were just obviously trying to find this so much, and you kind of got all weird and working with that because obviously that's a huge combo, but you only ever found it the once.
Yeah, if you go another round, actually, I obviously don't get the combat, but I might get Corner the Market, the 1 point from that. I might get the Beetle point, which I still don't have. Yeah. So it's hard for you to come first. You need 2 points combat, keep the alliance, and maybe some random like spy stat points or something.
Yeah, definitely. So
and then Helena here, especially with by satellites hanging out, and obviously had points in hand.
Yeah.
Well, Illicit Dealings wasn't doing a lot, realistically.
No.
But Lfchezz, I would have just been a point next round for sure.
If we had one more round, I get 3 points. If we had one more round.
Yeah.
But
alas, it didn't.
I think what was interesting is I would have ended up winning that combat had Haga base and not been taken. Because I would have used Fremen Camp and gone in with pretty much everything. And I think that's enough.
Yeah, I think so. We don't have combat intrigues. Well, I guess yellow has second wave plus 3 troops,
No,
so it was.
I picked that up
it
at
was
the
a-
end.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
see.
I mean, it was kind of weird. Like,
Okay.
I think Romba's meant to take the troops there instead of the beetle bump. I think, although you found the best physical intrigue you possibly could have done in Vicious Talons, so it worked itself out. But in any event, yeah, it was a curious match. There was a lot to go. Yeah, again, like Helena, I think I would say, Helena, like when obviously the Jessica and losing that was obviously pretty brutal. We should have just ringed it. I think just made sure. I know why.
that was a huge misplay on my part. I should have just ringed from
it
the
and
start.
protect it. Yeah, 100%.
And then I would have had it, but I
just
once I did the play, I was like, "Oh, I'm losing this for sure."
Yeah,
like,
I was like,
knew I lost it.
someone's ripping this row there. They're not going to let you have that. So that was unfortunate. That would have really helped because it was a real struggle otherwise. Really kind of battling for points here and there. So, I mean, you still pick up a couple of points from this. I suppose is better than a kick in the teeth. But that definitely made hard work of that.
Yeah. Once I made that play, I knew I messed up, but it is what it is. It was still a fun game.
Yeah, definitely. It was interesting. It was an interesting game. There was a lot to talk about and review, I think, and to look back at.
Interestingly, it kind of felt old school in a way. Like not a lot of sort of new strats in a sense, or new immortality things.
Yeah, it kind of was. I think it's not a bad shout. Yeah, it was pretty gritty gameplay. Really, there was nothing too fancy, no crazy grafting. Nothing too crazy wild. It was just kind of gritty play and just trying to find the right cards at the right times. But it was an interesting game. So that is going to be it for this match here. Let's go have a look at the tables after the game. And Creative will find themselves in second place with the win. StrongActing, of course, with his 3 points, which is not a bad return at all. I'm very curious to know what you guys make of the ending for that game. Obviously, this is a group format, so there's points on available for positions. So you will sometimes see things happen that wouldn't happen in other times. Like if you're just playing a game winner takes all, obviously you'd never see that. But that is not the format for the group stages of this competition. So. But it has been a long time since I've seen like stage incident to score a point, to let someone else score the point to end the game like that. It has been some time. I guess the question comes down to, did Yellow have a realistic chance of catching up with Yuna? That's the question. Like, could he have caught up if he'd have maintained the point? Could he have taken the Held Emperor? I don't know. I think with shifting and like Talaxu Surgeon on the board, it's a little scary, but I don't know. The other question, of course, is it worth risking second place? Because you think Cheese is going to start getting involved in the next combat. Helena's got some points to score, as it turns out, as well. If you take the Alliance, like, do you think you're going to score more points readily? I don't know. I mean, if Full Humanity comes up in your hand, it's just a point. And you do have a load of water, so research station's an option there. I don't know, kids. I don't know. But I feel like I'm going to leave it to you guys to make that determination. I think it's an interesting choice regardless, so I'll wait and see what your thoughts are on that. Onwards, though, it's been nice to get back to commentating these matches, because we get plenty more of the content now that the North Carolina event is over. So we'll be getting content and games up much, much more regularly for the competition. Of course, like we do, you can, of course, support us here on the channel. Like, share, and subscribe, and all that sort of thing. Give us all of your money. We promise we won't use it badly. So, thank you much for watching this game. Again, very interested to see what you make of this one. Take care of yourselves. Long live the fighters.